This is Karen with Simmons Sells. This is my first YouTube video. I'm going to start putting some out there for everyone. Just going to give you a little bit of information about the real estate world, maybe see what's going on, what things are happening. Today with my first one, I just wanted to kind of explain how real estate agents come up with the price range that we would recommend for listing your house if you're going to put your house on the market. Disclaimer, we are not appraisers, so we cannot guarantee that it will appraise for whatever price it's going to be, but just how we figure it out. And a lot of times we try and use about the same some appraisers are going to be doing and things like that. So we look at the prices, and each agent does a little bit different also. So I'm going to be more kind of going on how I do it, obviously, since I'm doing video. I look at the style of home. So if you have a two-story colonial, I try to compare it to another two-story colonial. If you have a rancher with a rancher, sometimes a split foyer, you could do a split foyer with a rancher with a basement. They're kind of the same thing. You really don't want to do a rancher without a basement to a colonial with a basement. I mean, it's not a comparison. Also, it depends on how close the house is to your property. I live in St. Mary's County, Maryland. It is very rural, so my houses may not be that close together. I try to do within 2 or 3 miles. Rural settings, sometimes you can't do that. If you're more suburban or urban, within 3 miles, there's tons of houses that are going to meet their criteria. Also, I like to see the houses that have closed within the last, depending on this market right now, in 2021, it's moving fast. I like to do maybe in the last 3 months if possible, because prices are just changing all the time. I don't necessarily like to see the ones that are listed, because it doesn't mean that the house is going to sell for that price. Or if it's under contract, it might not be listed for what it went under contract. This market, it could be going under contract for $15,000 over, or it could even be 5 under. You just don't know. So until it's actually closed, I don't like to compare those. And then some other things of how we do it. Like this could go on for, I could talk for an hour about everything of how you do this. And it's actually called a CMA. It's a comparable market analysis. So I compare your house to other houses. You get money I give money or take money away just to make the houses equal for bathrooms. So how many bathrooms you have, how many half baths you have. A full bath can be anywhere. I give like around $4,500 to around $4,500. Some areas you can give more. Just going with St. Mary's County. Half baths, you can give about $2,500. So if you're trying to compare a house that has 2 full baths to 1.5 baths, you need to either adjust it up or down, whichever house you're comparing to. Also looking at finished and unfinished basements. So if it's a finished basement, you have added livable square footage. If you have unfinished basement, you still have space, it's just not finished, it's not livable. Some things that you're not necessarily going to get any enhancements for. If you have high upgraded appliances, yes, they are wonderful. Yes, you cost a lot of money putting those in, but a stove is a stove is a stove. So you're not going to get the extra $10,000 when you put in this chef stove that you paid for it. Also with a pool, you're not going to get money for a pool. You can put $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 pool in. You might get like $5,000 bonus for it, maybe. Pools could also be a deterrent. Some people don't want a pool. So things that you think are wonderful. I spent so much money on my appliances. I spent so much money on my pool. Oh, I have the top of the line flooring. A floor is a floor is a floor. I mean, if it looks nice. If it's all dirty carpet, yeah, it's not going to count. Also garages. 1-car garage, 2-car garage. Detached garage, attached garage. Depends on how many garages you have with how much you give. And then acreage. So depending on where you live. St. Mary's is rural. We have quite a bit of acreage. Sometimes you have 4 acres, sometimes you have 8 acres. Then other times we have some developments that you don't even have a quarter of an acre. So when you're comparing 2 houses, you need to take into consideration the acreage that you have. And so in St. Mary's County, it is about $3,500 an acre is what I do. It can go up to 5, depending on, waterfront, not waterfront. As long as you do the same for each one that you're doing, then it works out. Also, for square footage. So you could have a 2-story colonial with a basement, but one is 3,000 square feet and the other one is 3,200 square feet. You need to add in for the extra 200 square feet. So St. Mary's County, it's a big thing with the market. Some appraisers say, they give up to $35, $40 a square foot. Others do $25. So I'm kind of in the middle. I do about $30, $35 a square foot. And then kind of go from there. So you have to add in all the prices and everything like that. And then you calculate all of these in, and it comes up with your home. And then if a home sold for, let's just say, $300, but it didn't have an extra bathroom, it didn't have the acreage that yours does, and yours is bigger, so equivalent sales price could be $330. So if your house is equivalent to that house, even though it's sold for $300, your house has more. So I would recommend sometime anywhere between, like $320 and $340 if it was kind of close to $330. So that's just kind of how all of that goes. Lots more things you can get into. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that you go all the way up to with things you can add, not add. Fireplaces can add some money. Screen porches can add, depending on if it's livable space, not, but that's not a whole lot more money that you're talking about adding. It's a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there. So that's basically the gist of how agents come up with a recommended price for selling. If you have any questions, reach out. I'd love to answer any questions. I'm starting some videos. This is my first one. It's a little longer than I wanted it to be. I was aiming for about 5 minutes. So reach out to me. It's KarenSimmonsSells@gmail.com if you wanted to shoot me an email. Or you can just reply back to my YouTube channel, and I will get your message there. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.